painting is this one, Kelly and Horse, produced in the 1960s. The painting isn't dated. We're still trying to work out the exact date of this painting. In 1964, Nolan produced a very extensive group of paintings, but the original Kelly paintings done by Nolan were painted in 1945 and 46. Another series was painted in 1955, and then the third major group of work was painted in 1964. However, the subject of Kelly was one that preoccupied Nolan for his entire career. When Nolan first became aware of Kelly, he undertook a trip to what we now know as Kelly Country around Glenrowan, northeast Victoria. And anyone who's been to northeast Victoria will probably be able to recognise the topography of this painting is a fairly accurate rendering of the landscape in that part of the world. In 2010, when Menzies sold First Class Marksman, which was a famous example from the original Kelly series, the price it fetched at 5.4 million was the record price at the time for an Australian work of art at auction, and still is today. So all of the Kelly paintings, whenever we get paintings of this subject, they always attract much higher levels of interest than other works by Nolan and also other works by any other artist. So the paintings become more sophisticated, they have a more intellectual approach, they also become more philosophical, there's more depth to them. They actually become simpler images. He excludes much of the detail and the quirkiness of the early series, and later on they become more metaphysical. They're beautiful paintings. Always with Nolan you get wonderful composition and you get beautiful colour and you get this extraordinary confidence. He didn't ever stand back. He always engaged, and he engaged in an aggressive and an assertive way. And consequently his paintings always have this kind of confidence about them, and so this translates, or this is communicated to his audience. We always look at his paintings and we always accept what Nolan is saying, and even if we aren't necessarily always clear on the exact nature or the exact quality of his message, the fact that this painting was something exceptional for Nolan is indicated by the fact that the painting was given to his wife. It actually has on the back the inscription Cynthia, Nolan's wife, and it's understood that whenever Nolan was working, if something special came his way, if he, at the end of the day, was particularly pleased with what he'd worked at, he would set aside his best paintings for Cynthia. Kelly and Horse will be offered with estimates of $450,000 to $550,000. At that price, we expect it will sell very strongly, because we know that similar paintings have sold recently for up to $600,000, and with an artist record at $5.4 million as the leading artist in Australian art, we think that this is a reasonable estimate for this painting.